Hi guys, I'm back with another YouTube video. This one is going to be the Halloween tag. I just wanted to film something while I was dressed up. So, let's get started. Number 1. Favorite horror or Halloween themed song? I'd have to say probably Only Halloween by Panic at the Disco or The Monster Mash. I really like that one. Number 2, name something you wouldn't want to run into in a dark forest or in an abandoned building. Good question. Anything that can kill me? Nothing in particular. I can't think of any creature that I am scared of off the bat. Well, okay, if it's in a creepy situation, I'll probably be scared of anything. So, anything? I'll stick with my first answer. Anything that will kill me. Number 3, have you ever played with a Ouija board? Not that I can remember. That's not something I really want to mess around with, just in case. Number 4, favorite horror monster or villain? I really like the nurses, the creepy nurses from the Silent Hill movie. I like the new Pennywise. I actually haven't seen the old It movie. And then Dracula, of course, a classic. Vampires in general, I think, are my favorite because they're pretty malleable. You can do a lot of different things with them, and same with werewolves. I don't know, so like all of them. 5, the creepiest thing that's ever happened while you were alone. While I was alone. Okay, when I lived in Canada, I always had like creepy things happen depending on where I live, but in this one house that I lived in Canada, it was like particularly creepy. I remember one night I was live streaming and the door like slammed open and slammed shut, and it wasn't a wind pressure thing because of the apartment that I lived in. It just wasn't a thing. So and the doors were quite hard to open and close, so I don't know what it was. It was very scary, and there were people, because I was live streaming, there were witnesses. Anyways, question 6. If you were dared to spend the night in a haunted house, would you do it? Yes, because even though I do get scared quite easy, I like being scared. It's fun. 7, are you superstitious? It's weird because I don't even particularly believe in a lot of those things, but I am overly cautious, which leads me to be superstitious in a way. So yes. Number 8, do you ever see figures in your peripheral vision? Never human figures, but I do often see like shadows of a black cat, which now I have 2 black cats, but before I did, it happened often, and it still does even now, and my cats won't even be around, so it's kind of weird, but I read up on it, and apparently it happens to a lot of people, so that makes me feel better, I guess. Number 9, which urban legend scares you the most? There's not one that comes to mind, honestly. If you guys have ever listened to the Lore podcast, Lore, he talks about a lot of different, like, scary legends, and so all of those are quite creepy to me, but there's no one that particularly pops out to me. When I lived in Hawaii, the Menehunes, those that freaked me out a little bit. Number 10, do you prefer gore or thrillers? It depends. I like both. It depends on my mood. A lot of times gore isn't done very well. It's kind of corny. So if it's done well, then gore. Otherwise, probably thrillers. I feel like it's harder to fuck up gore than thrillers. Number 11, Do you believe in multiple dimensions or worlds? Yes, absolutely. 12. Have you ever made a potion of any sort? No. Maybe as a kid, just for fun, but not out of like a book or anything, so there were no real intentions behind it, but I would like to try it one day, but just in case, I want to make sure I'm doing it properly. Number 13, do you get scared easily? Yeah, I do. I don't know why, because I really enjoy scary stuff, but I do get scared pretty easy. I didn't used to, but now I do. Not with movies, but in real life situations. Number 14, have you ever played Bloody Mary? Yeah, a few times in middle school. Nothing happened. But I'm happy it didn't. Number 15, do you believe in demons, the devil? Kind of. I believe in, I guess, the concept, but not necessarily to the extent in the Bible. But I don't know. Yes and no. I'd have to go into, if we had that conversation, it would take way longer than just quickly answering this question. Number 16, you're home alone but you hear footsteps in your house. What do you do? I tweet about it, probably. Actually, I've done that multiple times before because something creepy always happens in my house, no matter where I live. Number 17, if you got trapped in one scary movie, which would you choose? Ooh. I really like The Witch. Witches? The Witch. I think it's called The Witch. The one with Black Phillip, and he's a goat, and it's based in like the 1600s America. I really like that movie. Number 18, if you could only wear one Halloween costume for the rest of your life, what would you be? Probably a witch, because it's still practical and cute, and I wear black all the time anyways, so why not? Number 19, would you ever go to a graveyard at night? I have, and yes, I would again. Number 20, in a zombie apocalypse, what is your weapon of choice? Probably like something long and sharp, not too long, but long enough that like I don't have to get too close to them, because the gun's gonna run out of ammo. If you have a shorter weapon, then you have to get really close to them. If you have a bow and arrow, you have to either retrieve your arrows constantly or make new ones, and that seems like a lot of work. But if you just have one thing and it's like double-sided, then you can just go pew, 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 pew. I don't know, there's pros and cons to every weapon, but that one seems like it would suit me the best. Number 21, would you rather go to a Halloween party or go trick-or-treating? Trick-or-treating. Because, no wait, well, it depends. If it's like, I guess it depends on what kind of party. If it's just like drinking and costumes, pass. Trick-or-treating for sure. But if it's like a really cool Halloween party, like there's games and like, I don't know, like more like a kid's Halloween party, sign me up. Number 22, you're in a horror movie. Are you the final girl, the first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer? I am probably the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer. I'm gonna say the smart one. I know that's being pretentious, but I just feel like I've written enough scary stories, I've watched enough scary movies, and I'm overly cautious in daily life anyways, and so I don't think that I would have a problem getting out of this situation. I don't know. Okay, 23. Do you have to watch something after watching a horror movie so you can go to sleep? No, usually not. I don't think I've ever watched a movie scary enough to make me have to do that I can think of. Number 24. While watching scary movies, are you the person who yells at the characters, the person with their eyes covered the whole time, or the person who falls asleep? I'm a combination of the person who falls asleep and the person who yells at the characters. I am that annoying person who talks at the movie during the movie, and also I don't know, it's hard for me to sit down and watch a movie and I will fall asleep often. Lately, I've been better about not doing that though, so. Number 25, are you the one who gets scared or the one who does the scaring? The one who does the scaring and the one who gets scared, but usually I'd like to be the one doing the scaring. Number 26, favorite scary book. I can't think of any scary books that I've read. I've read Dracula, I've read Frankenstein, and those were both good. I really like Dracula. I like both. And then I'm reading this one right now. It's not super scary, but the idea, it's a kid's book, a middle grade book. So the idea is scary, but the book itself isn't that scary, obviously, because it's targeted towards kids. But it's called Nightmares by Jason Segel, the actor. It's actually quite good. And the idea of it is pretty creepy. I mean, if you've ever had nightmares, it's like you get trapped in the nightmare, and that's scary. I'm sure some of R.L. Stein's books scared me when I was younger, but I can't think of any off the top of my head. Number 27, how old were you when you saw your first horror movie? Probably middle school. I think in middle school it was Eli Roth's Cabin in the Woods or whatever that movie's called. I'm pretty sure it was that one. Number 28, what was your first Halloween costume? I don't know. First one that I can remember was Jasmine from the Disney movie Aladdin, but I don't think that was my first one. I think my mom before that just dressed my sister and I up as witches until we were old enough to pick our own costume. What are you going to be for Halloween this year? I don't think I'm doing anything for Halloween, but I made this mask. It's a black plague mask, and so I'm going to be like a sexy plague doctor. And last question, number 30. If you could have a spooky Halloween pet, black cat, owl, bat, rat, wolf, what would you pick? Well, I have 2 black cats, but if I could have any of the others, probably, I don't know, a wolf maybe, as long as it doesn't eat my cats, or a bat. A bat would be pretty cool. Or an owl. All of them. Not a rat. I know that a lot of people like rats, but they're okay to look at, but I don't think I would want one for myself. Pass. Anyways, sorry this video ended up being so long. My answers, I can never answer shortly. If you haven't already, make sure you pledge to my Patreon, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching.